Well, in case you're wondering, we wanted to interview the two people who had the longest streaks in the clan war.
Okay.
Korean Air had the best one. You had the second one. So one from each team seems great. Anyways, well, you guys did lose the clan war. You guys were up, and then Korean Air came in and kind of all killed you. So what are your kind of thoughts on the clan war? How could you guys have maybe played better?
I thought he was a really good player, especially in the sense that he was really able to mix it up. That like one base roach thing, I don't think anyone's ever seen that before in their lives. So it may seem like something kind of stupid, but if you've never been in that position before, you really just have no idea what to do. Like I think he was making widow mines and stuff, which I don't think is the best way because they only get one shot off, right?
Right.
And Marines are like constantly firing and stuff like that. And when I played him, he just kind of smoked me, and I kind of figured he would do stuff like that. And it was really standard too. I even blind countered Nita, and he still beat me. So he was kind of just way better than me. But as far as like our other players concerned, I think they played pretty well. I guess they might have been a little nervous, and especially when you get on a kill streak that much, that's that long, it's kind of hard to slow you down. And people kind of try to plan their own cheesy shit, but it just doesn't really work out, I guess.
Nice, nice. So you guys, it seems like y'all were sending out your A team first, and then kind of were sending out B team. I'm not sure if that was just the skill difference, you know, between the people Gravity was sending out in the beginning and Korean Air, or if that was true. How would you respond to that? Like,
I think I'm not really too sure about our roster, but I'm pretty sure that was mostly 18 guys. I think towards the end there might have been one guy who wasn't, but I think for the most team that was pretty much our best players.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean he just kind of murdered all of us. So it was, he's a really good player. I have a lot of respect for him.
Nice. Beast, did you have any questions?
Yeah, I mean, I can agree with what you're saying. He played pretty solid tonight. I was impressed. You picked a really good build, I think, on Guangali Beach against D-Baser in that PVT. Were you planning on doing that in the TVP period, or once you saw that map, you were just like, I'm just gonna do it?
Yeah, I mean, I've never played that map before in my life, so, and one of my clanmates told me he likes to do a lot of early pressure and stuff, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna, you know, do a blink all in and pray. But I guess during the Baldwin game, which is the kind of base trade crazy game, that was like the most meta game I think I've ever played, because I used to play with Baldwin a decent amount, and I knew a couple things that he didn't like playing against Gateway Expand, but I think he knew that I knew that, so I was trying to like reverse metagame him by like going Forge Fast, but then he like tenfold me, so he like quadruple metagame me, and I was super far behind, and I knew that he's a really smart player, so when he sees that a powerhouse isn't really taking his third, he gets really scared. And I also knew that he doesn't like playing against Immortal Blinkstalker, kind of like the Huck, like PvZ style. So, I mean, that game was just totally, none of it was planned. It was just total craziness. Like, I couldn't take a third forever, and then I could never take a fourth. And we were both just on these, like, really low-tech armies, so I thought it was a really awesome game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when I was watching it, I remember Sean beforehand had told me you guys were ex-teammates that played together, so there might be some mind games involved. So watching it was really weird because he was on 3 base with like 5,000 minerals banked up. And I was like, that seems really awkward, and he was never able to take a fourth, and he kept denying your third. So nobody was really able to play a regular game. It seemed pretty awkward to me. And then it came down to that weird base race situation where you were building the Nexus in the middle of the map, and he had that one extractor left, and it just kind of spiraled out of control, it seemed.
Yeah, it was probably one of the craziest games that I've played in a really long time. And I kind of knew beforehand that he likes switching into mutas, and he kind of delays his upgrades a lot for that. So I knew that I could kind of go toe-to-toe to him with like Blinkstalker or Immortal. But like when he had those Immortals, or the Ultralists, I was so scared. I had no idea that he was going those. It was like +5 armor Ultralist with like 0 upgrade like ground attack, and I was just like terrified. He made like 100 lings too, and I had a bunch of storm too, so I wasn't that scared of it after a little bit.
I didn't like his decision necessarily to go for the Vipers against your Templar play. I mean, against Colossus, I think that would have been better. I'm a Terran player, maybe I don't know, but do you think that was the best decision, or is there a different route that he should have went?
Yeah, against I don't think because I got Storm really late. I think he knew that I had a Templar Archives, but I don't think he knew that I had Storm that early. And when I got a revelation on pretty much like his whole entire army, a lot of Zergs aren't really used to that. I think HOTS is like a year old, but pretty much no Protoss use the Oracle, which I think is pretty stupid because it's so good in situations like that.
Free map hacks!
Yeah, and I could pretty much see all of his Vipers, so I got all the feedbacks like first. I think he got one Immortal, and then I just stormed the shit out of his army, and then got all the Vipers. So yeah, I think it's like it's very good against just Blank Stalker, Immortal, but when you have the Templars in there, it just doesn't really work anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I saw you making that that Oracle mid game, and we had talked about it, and then that revelation kind of paid off. Like, you had full tabs on his army the whole time while he was trying to attack, so it was at the perfect time.
Yeah, and it's the thing about the Oracle too is I think it's good in every matchup, especially against Terran, where you can just kind of plan your High Templar around where the army is. And no Terrans really, or anyone really, splits up their army when they're just kind of moving around. So you almost always get the entire army, and it's really good for PvP too, because you can kind of, if you have Tempests involved, you can kind of just shell at them and just back off and stuff.
You will always have a terrain advantage.
Yeah, and it's such a the Protoss is like, it's very gas heavy, so a lot of people feel like they just can't throw a Stargate in there. But since I opened Stargate, or I got a Stargate kind of like in the mid game, I just had the Oracle there, so I think it helped out a lot.
What were your thoughts on that Fruitland game?
I didn't play the Fruit game. I've seen
Were you watching?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't watch it.
Gotcha.
Oh, you didn't watch your teammate play?
Yeah, he was. I think that in the last game I didn't watch,
Gotcha.
but the rest of them I did. Was it a good game?
Oh my god. There was a giant lemon that gave someone 500 minerals.
I love that map. It's really awesome.
I'd never
It's a
seen it
fun map
before.
for sure.
Never seen it before.
Yeah, it's funny too because you kind of think that you can cater your play towards like getting the lemons, but sometimes it doesn't really work out like that. So it's a lot of fun games on that map.
Most of the times, actually, you fuck up your own play trying to get the lemon.
Exactly, yeah. Because
Nice.
people get so excited if there's like new map feature, and they kind of just try to get it as fast as possible. And it is a huge. I mean, it's 500 mils. That's a ton. But it doesn't really pay off if you're just gonna die.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a lot of Zerglings.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I don't have any more questions. I guess I want to thank you for doing the quick interview, and you had a good run tonight.
Yeah.
And it was fun games, and
I had-
good games to everybody involved.
I did have a couple more questions I thought of as you were going through their beast. MygraiN, are you a new recruit to EtnD? Like, how'd that work out? How do you like?
I've been on the team for 3 or 4 months, and I think it's a lot different for the kind of people that have been there for a long time. There's like 3 or 4 of us who have been there forever, and there's a lot of new people now too. And I think we have a lot of appeal because our websites look pretty awesome. I haven't really looked around at most of the websites for like the teams and stuff, but I think we have a really good kind of management team, which attracts a lot of people because it's very stable sometimes. We've had like a bunch of people like drop out and leave, and even Hitman was on our team for a little bit,
Right.
for like a month or something.
Oh, Hitman, yeah. Remember him.
Yeah, and he's pretty much a huge headache for anyone that plays him, but he's a pretty nice guy actually. But yeah, I guess our team is kind of we talk a lot. I know Sean and I are pretty good friends. We have gotten like pretty close, which is kind of the thing that I think is missing a lot in StarCraft. Is it's just this 1v1 game where you can just ladder forever, and it's really lonely a lot of times. Whereas team games and stuff, you're always talking to people, you always have friends to play with and stuff like that. And 2v2 doesn't really have a huge appeal in like the StarCraft 2 scene, so it's kind of a lonely game. That's pretty much why I joined the team in the first place. So I wanted to talk to people while I was playing and stuff. So I think that's the biggest kind of draw that we have as a team.
Nice. Yeah, Sean's a great guy.
Yeah.
So, you as a player, like, who are you? What are your goals? What are you trying to achieve?
It's kind of something I think about all the time. I've been playing. I used to play Brood War when I was really little, but not really online or anything very much because I had a dial-up, and I remember when people would call us, I would always get disconnected, so it was kind of hard to play consistently. But now I've been pretty much playing since the release of Wings, and I love the game. The scene is amazing. I've been wanting to GM forever, and it's just I've never been able to do it. I'm like 50 or 60 points away from it. I had a bad day today, so I'm gonna be like towards 100. But yeah, I kind of want to just get GM, and that's pretty much my only goal for right now.
Nice, dude. So this isn't like gonna be a career for you or anything like that, or possibly?
No, I don't think so. It's funny because I don't really play for long periods of time. I'll play for like a couple hours tops, and then I think to be really, really good at this game, you have to play for like 6-7 hours a day, like at least.
Yeah.
I tried that one time, and I just felt miserable during, afterwards, and even before a little bit, because I was pretty nervous about taking on like a full practice day. So I kind of enjoy the game more casually.
Nice.
I watch StarCraft all the time, and I play pretty much every other day. So, but I don't plan on going pro or anything. I just don't think I have the skill level yet, but maybe one day. Got
you. Well, dude, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much, and stay in touch, man.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for the games.
No doubt, dude. Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot, man. See ya.
See ya.
Too far to let this go. Always on the outside looking in. Door is swinging in the wind. It's time to